The lights shone brightly on the court at NRG Stadium. The energy was electric. Houston, a city known for its grit and determination, was on the verge of witnessing basketball history. Their beloved Cougars, led by the experienced Kelvin Sampson, were a mere 40 minutes away from claiming their first ever NCAA championship. The opponent was formidable, the Florida Gators, but the Cougars had faced every challenge head-on throughout the tournament. Hope filled the air. Could this be their night? Houston's journey to the championship game had been nothing short of remarkable. They had battled through a tough South region, showcasing their trademark defense and resilience. Their leader, Kelvin Sampson, had instilled a belief in his players that transcended talent alone. They were a team, a brotherhood, united in their pursuit of a common goal. With each victory, the city of Houston rallied behind them, their cheers growing louder, their dreams intertwining with those of the young men on the court. The first half was a tense affair. Both teams traded baskets, each possession a battle. Houston's defense, their calling card all season, was stifling. Florida struggled to find open looks, their shots contested, their rhythm disrupted. On offense, Houston attacked relentlessly, driven by the unwavering belief that this was their year. As the halftime buzzer sounded, Houston held a slim lead, a testament to their grit and determination. The dream was still alive. The second half began with the same intensity. Houston's lead slowly began to grow, fueled by a raucous crowd that sensed history in the making. The Cougars, led by their veteran backcourt, seemed to be in control. Their offense, while not always flashy, was efficient and effective. They valued each possession, working the ball inside, getting to the free throw line, and playing with a poise that belied their youth. As the clock ticked under the 10-minute mark, Houston's lead had ballooned to 12. The crowd was in a frenzy, their cheers echoing through the stadium. This was it. This was the moment they had all been waiting for. The championship was within reach. But Florida, a team battle-tested and experienced, refused to go away quietly. They mounted a furious comeback, their shots finally starting to fall. Florida's defense tightened, forcing Houston into difficult shots and costly turnovers. The Gators, led by their star guard Walter Clayton Jr., began to chip away at the lead. Clayton, held in check for most of the game by Houston's tenacious defender, Emmanuel Sharp, started to find his rhythm. He attacked the basket with ferocity, drawing fouls and knocking down free throws. With each passing minute, the tension inside the stadium grew palpable. Houston's once comfortable lead had dwindled to single digits. The crowd, sensing the shift in momentum, grew anxious. The Cougars, once so poised, now seemed to be pressing, forcing passes and rushing shots. The clock, once their ally, was now their enemy, ticking away precious seconds as Florida's confidence grew. The final minutes were a blur of emotions. Florida, riding a wave of momentum, had erased Houston's lead entirely. The game was tied. The crowd, once deafening, was now hushed, the silence broken only by the squeaking of sneakers and the pounding of hearts. Every possession was crucial, every rebound a battle. The pressure was immense, the weight of the moment palpable. The final minute arrived, and the unthinkable happened. Houston, known for their ball control and composure, committed a series of uncharacteristic turnovers. Passes sailed out of bounds. Dribbles were loose. The pressure, it seemed, had finally gotten to them. Florida, sensing blood in the water, capitalized on every mistake. With 46 seconds remaining, Florida took their first lead of the second half. The once unthinkable had become a reality. Houston, on the verge of history, was now on the brink of defeat. Kelvin Sampson, his face etched with concern, called a timeout, hoping to settle his team, to remind them of who they were, of what they had overcome. The timeout did little to calm Houston's nerves. Out of the timeout, another turnover. This time, it was Emmanuel Sharp, Houston's defensive stalwart, who coughed up the ball. Sharp, who had played so well defensively all game, was now plagued by doubt, his confidence shaken. Florida, opportunistic as ever, converted the turnover into points, extending their lead to 3. With time running out, Houston had one last chance. But again, the ball slipped away. Another turnover. The crowd, once so hopeful, was now stunned into silence. As the final buzzer sounded, reality set in. Houston's dream season had come to a crushing end. Florida 65, Houston 63. The scene in the Houston locker room was heartbreaking. Players sat slumped over, their eyes red-rimmed, their faces etched with disappointment. The silence was deafening, broken only by the occasional sniffle or sob. Emmanuel Sharp, inconsolable, was comforted by teammates. Joseph Tugler, his voice cracking with emotion, described the loss as heartbreaking. Kelvin Sampson, his voice hoarse, struggled to find the words to describe what had transpired. "We were right there," he said, his voice trailing off. When asked about the final minute, he could only muster, "Incomprehensible. Just incomprehensible." Sampson, who had dedicated his life to building this program, to mentoring these young men, was left to grapple with the cruelest of defeats. The loss was particularly painful given what was at stake. A victory would have been Sampson's 800th career win, a testament to his remarkable coaching journey. It would have also been his first national championship, cementing his legacy as one of the game's greatest coaches. And for the city of Houston, a city that had embraced this team, that had dared to dream, the loss left a void, a feeling of what could have been. As the Houston players and coaches boarded the bus, their heads held high despite the crushing defeat, one couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. They had fought valiantly, they had inspired a city, and they had left everything on the court. And in the annals of Houston basketball history, their story, though tinged with sadness, would forever be remembered as a testament to the power of belief, the beauty of teamwork, and the enduring spirit of competition.